Business and economy. Chinese in trouble. Why? How bad is it?
A free cup of milk a day, up to $13,000 per newborn child, even a marriage school promoting slogans like, "I'm willing to make breakfast, I'm best at doing housework." These are some of the measures the local governments in China are trying to boost the dwindling birth rates.
Look at it. The Chinese population is going down starting from 2022. This is the birth, this is the death. You will see since 2022 the death overtake the birth rate. So the change in population is quite dramatic. It's now negative. So what caused it? So what are the ways Chinese government is doing to promote birth?
The number of marriages in China dropped to 6.1 million in 2024, an all-time low and down 21% from the previous year. China's one-child policy accelerated the pace.
Japan currently has 1.2 children per woman, but China currently has only 0.9, and it will decline. So China's decline speed is much faster than other countries.
At this marriage market in Beijing, parents are anxious to find a potential mate for their adult children. In China, owning a house and a car is often a prerequisite. But many young people no longer want to subject themselves to the financial pressures of getting married and raising children.
You see, that's a marriage market in China. Parents and grandparents, they write down their daughters, their sons, particulars, and everybody look at it. Hey, he is graduated at what degree, and from what university, and what age, and does he own a car, a house, stuff like that. People are reading. I mean, personally, I prefer to see photos. Photos would be really nice. You see, they have particulars, how tall it is, date of birth, stuff like that. But a photo says 1,000 words. It would be nice to have photos with a brief description, or maybe with a QR code. That you can scan it and see the biography of whatever. So that would be quite interesting. So what do you think?
But many young people no longer want of getting married and raising children.
For
me, buying a house in Beijing is the biggest problem because personally, I don't want to settle down in Beijing because living here is really stressful.
It's only stressful when you living paycheck to paycheck. But if you know how to do stock investing, option trading, advanced option trading, you probably don't need to worry. And you don't even have to buy a house. Traditionally, people buying a house is a traditional ways of life security. It tells the ladies that, hey, your life is secure because I already got a house and a car. And most people, they just borrow money, the mortgage, to have a house and a car. So technically, you know what? Now I'm traveling full time, so I don't need to buy a house anywhere, and I can live anywhere around the world. So that's life is much more better, freedom. So lots of young people, they don't want to be stressed anymore especially because of mortgage and car loans, and their pay is not that lot. And anywhere in the world, if you are thinking of buying a house, 30 years in America, similarly in the Chinese, so they don't want to get married because it's too stressful. But I think if they could remove that stress, so lots of people will be ready to get married. And also, there's a risk to men of getting married, right? When you're at the top, ladies, they are not traditional anymore. They live together. They are not even virgins anymore. There are so many risks. She could be having babies outside that you don't know about that could come back 10 years later. Or she could have been a prostitute or anybody, right? Because if a lady is not virgin, so there is no point of marriage. Traditionally, men get married because ladies are virgins. There's a risk to ladies that in case we break up, it's very difficult to find a ladies another man. So that's why we got married, right? A man married the ladies and give them a stable house, a stable car, so as a security. Now, hey, we don't need anymore. So high top men, they don't want to get married, And lower tier men, yeah, they want to get married because that's the only way for them to get the ladies. But these ladies, they don't want to step down to marry the lower level man, and they always want a higher level man. So there's a mismatch between supply and demand.
Stressful.
压力的。
Abigail has been running a wedding planning business for nearly 2 decades. She's witnessed firsthand the hit to the now $400 billion marriage industry.
最多的一年是在2012年哈，那一年我们大概
Our peak was probably in 2012. In that year, we probably handled more than 1,800 weddings.
1,800.
Now, most companies, including ours, plan about 100 weddings a year.
That's 94% drop. Can you imagine if you are in wedding planning industry, a wedding planner, hey, you are losing market shares or not, your market share is even becoming smaller and smaller. Hey, you don't want to be starting a wedding planner business, especially this age. Not many people get married in China right now. Not only China, probably some other advanced countries as well.
Higher educational levels also mean marriage is no longer the default rite of passage to adulthood.
我觉得现在办
I feel that among the newlyweds who are having weddings nowadays, I can say that half of them are forced to do so, trying to meet the needs of their parents.
And while marriage rates decline, divorce rates have been climbing. This firm started a business getting rid of personal effects to protect privacy. But the demand for destroying wedding mementos like albums, dresses, and even rings soon took up 90% of their sales.
我们现在已经做到了服务
We have now served over 5,000 customers with a daily volume of around dozens of orders.
Beyond the wedding industry, analysts warn that declining birth rates will have important implications for China's retail sector.
最大的消费者就是儿童。
The biggest consumer is children. It's a biological instinct for parents to spend money on their children. Therefore, the more children there are, the stronger their consumption power will be.
That's one reason the Chinese government is pledging childcare subsidies and free preschool education to boost the birth rate and reduce the demographic drag. Whether or not these incentives will be effective remains to be seen. But analysts expect more nationwide fertility benefits to be rolled out this year.
So, do you think Chinese government will be successful at rolling out this, encouraging more birth? And what could they do to encourage more marriage and possibly more babies coming in? And what could be the real issues behind populations are not having babies anymore? So, are you single and are you planning to get married? So, what would be the main motivation behind your marriage? Comment down below. Now let's look at the countries around the world. Which countries have the highest birth per 1,000 women? So Niger, 45.5 births per 1,000 women. You see, Central Africa, Chad, Somalia, DR Congo, Mali, Angola. Yeah, so most of them are in Africa. So the darker shade are more babies per 1,000 women. See, the light is very like Russia 9.28, United States a little above, yeah. Canada 9.82, so Europe are pretty small, 10.6, 9.99, and Japan is like crazy, 6.65, really small. China 7.42, Australia 11.4, New Zealand 11.5. Yep. So more are in South America and Africa than other parts of the world. Okay, Afghanistan, Pakistan, yes. So how about the lowest birth country per 1,000? Vatican City, Hong Kong, South Korea, Ukraine, San Marino, Japan, yeah, Italy, Andorra, Singapore. Where is China? Let's look at where is US. China is 7.42, below Spain. So that means China has more babies than Spain. Oh, good. Portugal, Croatia, Thailand, US is down below. Austria 9.3, Russia 9.38, UAE 9.43, Cyprus 9.63, Canada 9.82, Hungary 10, that's about 10.2. Look at this, USA, United States 11. So what are the birth benefits in the States? Bad benefits, there's no benefit. No money or benefit given to women in the US for giving birth. Child expense, not a source of income. Okay, childbirth is expensive. Employers are not required to provide any paid maternity leaves. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, you can take up to 12 weeks, so about 3 months to take care of your child, but unpaid. You're not gonna be paid for taking leave. Childcare is extremely expensive. Yeah, and how much it costs to give birth? 18,000, 19,000 average cost, hospitalization, baby delivery, that's a lot. We are not even talking about child care. We are not talking about other child clothing, food, stuff like that, and doctor visits. So that's pretty expensive. Look at this. So no matter how expensive life could be, hey, if you could make 100,000 like me in a month, you don't need to worry, and plus, you don't need to give so much time. I only spend about 1 to 3 hours a day, 5 days a week, and only 20 days a month. Travel around the world. I can do it anywhere around the world. I bring my family, parents. These are stock investing, call option, put option, option trading, advanced option profits. So if you want to learn more, go to Master Rich Stock Option Crypto. Subscribe my channel. Go to playlist. You can learn about a lot of great investment education. Share, subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Bye.